Some days I didn't spray a fragrance to smell good. I sprayed it to feel like I hadn't failed. Maybe I skipped the gym again or ate whatever was easiest. I told myself I'd start Monday. Meal prep, training, getting my act together. I never did. And the last thing I wanted was to catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, especially with my shirt off, because I already knew what I'd see. A man who broke promises to himself again and again. But I'd pick up a bottle, something expensive, something with weight, and in 2 or 3 sprays, I could feel like the man I wanted to be. Confident, controlled, admired. At least for a few hours. People would say, "You smell incredible." And I'd smile like I believed them, like the scent wasn't doing all the work. Fragrance became a shortcut. It was easier than change, cheaper than discipline until it wasn't. I spent money I didn't have, bought bottles I couldn't justify, told myself it was an investment, even while I ignored debt, ignored reality. Some people called it crazy, said I was being irresponsible, but what they didn't see was it wasn't about fragrance. It was about hiding. It was about not having to face the version of myself I didn't want to admit was real. That was the mask, and it worked until it didn't. Because no compliment ever fixed what I was running from. No bottle ever gave me peace. Now, I'm not there yet, but I'm stronger than I've ever been. Clearer than I've ever been. I've found my why and I work for it every day. I still wear fragrance, but it doesn't speak for me anymore. It's not armor, it's just scent. The real confidence that comes from the man who earned it. All right, here we go. We're diving right back into the box. We're gonna do a little bit more today, maybe 15 or so, and we're gonna see what's in here. All right, here we go. First fragrance. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. That is really good. It's everything you would want in a Florida scent. You could tell I've worn a pretty good batch of it already. That's a definite keeper. No reason why I wouldn't keep that one. It's a perfect Florida scent, so she's staying on the shelf. All right, next one. Made these a little easier to open. I didn't peek, I promise. So just wanted to make sure I could get into them. So this one is Dior Fahrenheit, and I believe this is the Parfum version. Yes, it is. So this is Dior Fahrenheit Parfum. This is an absolute positive yes. It just gave me chills just from spraying it on. And this is the one where I have a backup bottle of it because they said it's discontinued, you can't get it anymore. So I loved it that much to where, you know, this is absolutely a keeper forever. And I've been babying it, but I'm not going to baby it anymore. I'm going to wear this and wear it as much as I want until it's gone. And I'll do the same with that other bottle until it's gone. So next one. Dior Sauvage Parfum. So this smells freaking amazing. And the only reason why I'm using inflection is because even though this is the Parfum version, and maybe it's not the exact same as the original one that first came out, in the air it still smells the same. And it's almost something that its own popularity was its demise. It's just, you smell this everywhere now. It is so good, but I'm gonna put it on the shelf just because it is good and I do enjoy it, but it does sadden me that you just smell it everywhere. And it went from being such a unique scent to being just commonplace now. All right, next, Bottega Veneta Pour Homme. This one is the scent in here. If they were to make this, which I had the extreme version, which you would think is everything that this is, just more powerful. And that's what I was hoping when I bought it. And it's not more powerful. If anything, this original first one is about as powerful as it's going to get. And maybe that's just the nature of the beast. The actual scent profile is unique and wonderful and amazing, and I'm gonna blow through the rest of this bottle because it is so good, and I'm gonna wear the crap out of it, and I'm not going to care. But this is one of those ones to where if you asked me, would you purchase another bottle? If I weeded all of this down to just like a small collection, and one day I was getting low on fragrance, if this were still available, would I purchase this again? Yeah, it's that good. It's so unique. Next. Ooh, this one's on the heavier side. It's like a big square brick. Let's see what this is. Dior Homme Intense. So I remember this one. This was one of the original ones. The batch code is 5T01. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but this is amazing. And this is one of those ones that Jeremy Fragrance said you have to have it. So when he said I have to have it and he talked about it all the time, I bought it and I love it. It smells really good. Now I believe I have a version of this that I like even better, but that might be in one of these boxes somewhere else. I don't know where it is. All right, next on the list. So this one is Dior Eau Sauvage, not to be confused with Dior Sauvage. They don't smell anything alike, like not even close. This one is super classy. This is the Eau de Toilette. It is super classy, super gentleman. This is a undershirt with a crisp white button up with a vest. This is just a nice night out, and that's an absolute yes. We'll keep it. That's staying in the collection. Would I buy it again? No, with all these other fragrances that I have, that would be a no, but is it something that I'm happy that I have that little bit left and I will wear it? Absolutely. All right, next is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is just the original, and it's really, really good. A perfect Florida scent. I'm gonna blow through the rest of this and, call it a day. It's not something that I would get rid of. There's no reason to, because it's literally the perfect scent for Florida. It doesn't get much better. All right, next, Tom Ford Costa Azzurra. So I had this in the square blue bottle, and when they said it was being discontinued, it's one that I didn't buy, and I'm so glad that I didn't buy it because it came back in this less expensive version of it, but this actually had more lasting power than the one in the blue square bottle. I'm not sure if this is a higher concentration, or maybe they used more fixatives, or maybe even more synthetics that made it latch onto your skin or last longer, but this rendition of it actually cured the fleeting problem that it had before, and it smells amazing. I mean, again, Florida scent, absolute yes. Not even think about getting rid of that one. All right, next one. Tom Ford Beau de Jour. I can't pronounce these. I really can't. I think it's Beau de Jour. Please correct me. That is really, really good. So this is not traditionally something that I would go for, and it's not traditionally something that I would smell and say, that's amazing. It's definitely on the classier side. It's definitely on the gentlemanly side. Yeah, definitely leans, I don't want to say an older gentleman, but someone my age, this feels at home. It's really classy. It's really good. From memory, it has phenomenal lasting power as well. It's just a nice, classy scent. Definitely more, I would say, date night dressed up, not something you'd sport to the office. I think it would be a little bit out of place for that, but hey, wear what you want when you want. All right, next. All right, well, this is another one of those commodities. Apparently, I must have bought all of them when they said they were discontinuing them, because I never wore these. So this one is Orris, and let's see what she smells like. Okay, that's good. I don't know what Orris is. If I'm not mistaken, it might be a root of some sort, but that's good. I like it. Now, will I keep it? No, this is not something that I could see myself wearing, but it's good. It's kind of like the vetiver version. The vetiver version is good. The Tonka version was a hard pass, but those two are good. Like they're not bad at all. So I'm gonna put that on the not keep it list. And we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, here we go. So this is Bottega Veneta Pour Homme. So this one does not smell like the other one at all. This one's more like leather and pepper. It's really good, but this is definitely a night version, and it's so unique. I've never smelled anything like this. I've never smelled anyone knock something like this off or do one of those imagined fragrances. Man, it'd help if I dusted these at some point in time, but that's a definite keeper. There's not much left in there. I mean, it's a little more than a half a bottle, and it's a small bottle, so that's a keeper for sure. All right, next one. See, I'm trying to move through these faster. It's so nice to like revisit these. It's like Christmas every time I do this. Okay, this one is a Zaharoff Brass and Soul. So, oh yeah, so this one, if I'm not mistaken, there's a YouTuber named Justin Copeland, and he had Stay Fresh Productions. He's a jazz musician, trumpet player, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So he did one of those, create this with George Zaharoff, and this one is really, really good. If I'm gonna give you something, I almost don't wanna give you what it reminds me of, only because it's my nose and I could be a total weirdo, and I don't want you to think that it's a negative thing when I say it, but the first thing that comes to mind, boom, when I smell it, is Irish Spring soap, the green bar soap. It just has that same vibe to me. Obviously, super classy. It's the classiest bar of soap in the world, but it has that vibe. So this is an absolute keeper. Will not part with it. Wouldn't even think of parting with it. All right, next one. All right, here we go. Another Zaharoff and another one where it was a collab. So this one is called the Siren. So I will admit, not only was this one my favorite out of the YouTube collaboration ones that I have, this one is my favorite George Zaharoff, which is, when I tell you that's saying a lot, because his original one gives me chills every time I spray it on myself. This one is, I won't tell you guys to go out and find a bottle, but if you like deep, dark, sexy fragrances that are to spray and they stay on you, but they're also like inviting, it's like you would think it's so powerful, you would almost think it would turn people off, but it's powerful in the same way that, where is it here? This reminds me of this in a lot of similar ways. It's powerful, but it's sexy. It is just so good. So I believe this was Curly Sense was the name of her channel. I don't know her name, but great job on this. Oh my goodness, that is just a killer fragrance. Okay, I'm gonna do one more and then call it a day. All right, this one's a heavy one. Oof, that's a brick. All right, so this is Dolce & Gabbana, the one. It's an exclusive edition. I just don't know which one this is. I know this was part of the, I want to call it the Arabian Nights collection, but that's from memory, and my memory is not good. But this one, oh my God, all of these, they did such a good job with all of these. Oof. That is so good. So we talk about the would you buy it again if you ran out of it, and this is one that, I mean, I'm in the clear. I'm not gonna run out of this. I've only used like this tiny little bit at the top, but it's so good. And from what I remember, you don't have to spray heavy with this one, which I have the original, the one, and you have to spray the crap out of that in order just for someone to smell you an hour later. At least I do. This one is a few sprays and you're good for the evening. And on that, I'm gonna call it a day. We're gonna pick it up and see you in the next one with another story. Bye.